It is great to have you back here at CoinSuri's channel. Request from viewer is, what do you think will happen next? You can also comment your opinion. Thank you to all the subscribers of our CoinSuris. Who came to our channel CoinSuris? You will always be info with the latest CoinSuris news. Option 1, will there be a settlement of XRP and XRP? Option 2, where XRP will win. Option 3, where SEC will win. Please like my video and subscribe my channel. The day for cryptocurrencies was not terrible. The price of Bitcoin rose 2.8%. Both XRP and Ethereum saw 1.8% price increases that day. Cardano claims that Solana is having a great day, having made nearly $100. I think a token that went for about 53 cents, which is up 7.5% from the previous day, won the day, but outside of those top tokens the market was generally green. It is encouraging to see that cryptos are performing well today. At now, the market is dominated by BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. The company's Bitcoin holdings have lately exceeded $2 billion. For some reason, I've always had the impression that BlackRock and Loyalty are about to engage in a combat. Now, Fidelity isn't slacking off, they manage their own custody, have been there for a while, and their platform makes trading Bitcoin and Ethereum straightforward. Those guys are still in the hunt. It seems like this is a black box game, though, and I predict you'll lose. Someone will corner this market again, and they will profit handsomely from the high amount of trades. Also, in an attempt to entice investors, many ETF issuers are advertising their products excessively. Currently, despite the fact that it's fantastic for some of these ETFs, massive discharges are still apparent. Grayscale has having a hard time of it. Additionally, the only reason to keep on to GBTC, in my opinion, is if you are sitting on a substantial profit and would prefer not to pay taxes just to move it to another investment vehicle that provides the same level of exposure to Bitcoin. Beyond that, unless you're sitting on a huge capital gain, you should sell it right away. On the other hand, many individuals may find that paying the 1.5% management charge rather than reaping the capital gains is the more economical choice in the near future. As a result, a lot of folks probably can't go out right now. On the other hand, a decline would be catastrophic for Grayscale. I can't wait to see it. Does BlackRock have anything to do with faithfulness, or does someone else try to woo them? Red Rover would be in the spotlight, you would obtain a large portion of the market, and you would earn a ton of Bitcoin. It would be interesting to see if BlackRock or Fidelity would be inclined to make that change if those astronomical fees weren't a part of it. The prediction that Bitcoin will reach 170,000 posts by Anthony Scaramucci is now being brought to our notice. And gain in Bitcoin's price of that magnitude would have a profoundly positive effect on the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Is the idea totally out there? Without a doubt. But when I look at his methodology, I can see that he used historical data and some forex calculations to get at that number. I don't know what more to tell you, but that kind of stuff nearly never works. I no longer predict Bitcoin's prices, but I was shocked it didn't surpass $100,000 last time, hence, it's feasible that we may see considerable growth. Saying something like, you know what? All I can say is that I believe it will go up. My support to you ends there. Decisions about Grayscale are presently being postponed by the SEC, including BlackRock's exchange-traded funds, ETFs, for spot investments. Furthermore, the SEC will likely wait until the very last minute to make a judgment, if history is any indication. It is their intention to minimize or disregard this. But they're really in a tight spot. A lot of it has to do with the Ripple court battle, which they utterly lost since the judge determined that XRP is not a security. It will be difficult for the SEC to reverse course after that. They should not treat the token as a security unless there is a very good reason to do so, and they should apply the same reasoning to all tokens. You can make that argument in different settings, but not when it comes to your main Bitcoin assets. They will put off dealing with BlackRock until the last possible moment. I think this gets done. July 7th is the date. As with Bitcoin, though, if they do accept any, it's possible that they'll approve them all at once. A large number of these spot ETF hypotheses have made due dates. We may thus find out by May if this is really going to happen. It doesn't matter right now. The idea of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, will permeate the crypto sector as a whole, and there won't be 6,000 of them. However, through bundled products or their own exchange-traded funds, all of the major ones will provide market-wide exposure. Get yourself ready. The time doesn't matter. My guess is that the SEC can't afford to waste time on this anymore after its recent string of crushing court losses. They aren't getting any advantage whatsoever. I am quite excited about the opportunity to join Ripple as a new employee and contribute to their mission of expanding institutional decentralized finance. Since many banks are considering using DeFi, they are just waiting for the right solution, which Ripple may supply, so this industry is likely to grow at a quick pace. With AM's top-notch asset tokenization features, the XRP ledger takes on even more allure. Robo claims this might be a huge use for the XRP ledger, which would cause it to gain popular acceptance among businesses and universities, and eventually, cause it to blossom. The company is looking for a senior business development manager who can point them in the direction of financial institutions and institutional investors who would be interested in investing in tokenized real-world assets. Eventually, all assets will be tokenized and exchanged on a blockchain. The XRP ledger has always been open to recording any kind of value, which makes it a perfect platform for this type of transaction. Even more so than XRP, that was the central focus of the majority of Ripples. Starting at the outset, Chris Larson rarely brings about XRP, despite his frequent references to adding various items to the ledger. This means it was designed specifically for this use case. It is our firm belief that this will undoubtedly be a momentous occasion. Both of these assets, in which Ripple participates, are resistant to tokenization and offer tremendous development potential within the XRP ecosystem. Plus, we can make use of a lot of these features on our own if Ripple chooses to develop a lot of them, since this is an open source and public ledger. However, it isn't limited to institutions alone. As a result, I am looking forward to the end of both of those with great anticipation. Therefore, I am making this public, because I sincerely believe this. There is a widespread belief that XRP is only available to huge institutions, and that a conspiratorial plot is underway. You should know all this rubbish. Ripple felt threatened by FinCEN's sudden visit. Also, they stopped caring about retail use cases, and started focusing on working with institutions exclusively, because they thought the government would just leave them alone. Well, that didn't work out. I mean, seriously, if Ripple launched a first-rate service, there is a huge audience that would be overjoyed to receive and use their software. Also, I think they're throwing away a fantastic opportunity. By the way, have you heard of Ripple's new XRPL retail app? I tweeted about it. Naturally, it needs to have a useful and practical use. The way individuals react will be watched. We can see a huge potential clientele that is ready to buy from you, and I believe the majority of people would agree. You have a massive customer base that is prepared to try out some innovative new items, as Brad Garland put it. And you're absolutely right. In allowing Ethereum to track the value of your retail users' tokens, you are effectively handing them complete control. Despite the fact that we have some excellent apps, you have decided to ignore this entire market since we are neither banks or organizations. We can take this market by storm. The board won't even have to approve ABS for us to do it. I could care less about what other people think. If they don't cater to regular people using cryptocurrencies eventually, it will be one of the biggest errors ever. You have just what you need, a clear runway. They are free to work with us. Now that you know XRP isn't a security, now you can use the XRP ledger to do business on the secondary exchanges of the decentralized exchange. They can build something that can compete with anything. We must stop sitting on our hands and start doing something. Moreover, we exclusively work with banks and other financial organizations. They have the option to alter their path if they wish to. Their fortune is in the multi-billion-dollar range. Also has a lot of XRP. As though you were in a position to actually do it. I believe the market has enormous potential for us to grab it. The meat of the issue is that the SEC might intend to challenge XRP's rotating Coinbase triumph, assuming it must reach Coinbase in its entirety. For very some time, we will not be moving. It will eventually come up, or everything will have to stop, since all that's left is for the judge to dismiss this lawsuit. They are largely dealing with cryptocurrency, with the exception of issues directly related to security law. You know, not their wacky vision for how security laws should be drafted. Personally, I don't see how that case can be dismissed. Numerous experts who testified during the session expressed optimism about the situation. Since we were victorious so quickly, it's evident that the SEC will have to begin all over if Coinbase loses this lawsuit. Also, crypto needs some space to breathe. So, is that so? To think that I would anticipate this continuing is really mind-boggling. Before Coinbase has a major victory, a few years go by. Maybe we'll find out in the future. Finally, bear in mind that a lot is happening right now, including the fact that the US and Iran are involved in problems. The Federal Reserve is a potential source of interest rate cuts. The probability of such cuts occurring is 2% for this month, 40% for next month, and 88% for May. They will probably cut their interest rates because of this. There must be a major problem someplace if things are this terrible. Here, they have a long list of tasks that must be completed. Also, if something shows up here and brings crypto down, it's not really a crypto issue, is it? You know what? That's a global problem. After that, we'll be able to stand again. There are a lot of obstacles that many of you are aware of as we navigate the first 3 months of this year. Even familiar faces can occasionally be a pain. Do not worry, it is an opportunity. We have certain security-related chores to finish this quarter, but I'm not saying Cryptus is going to crash. Nothing will change, so you might as well prepare yourself for it and accept it. If it occurs again, you will love it because it is a chance to buy high-quality coins for incredibly low prices. Aside from that, everything is running smoothly, and we're making money, which is something everyone loves. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Like and subscribe, please. Coming up shortly, farewell.